Hey, to all you folks out there planning a trip to Las Vegas, we know you're all excited about hitting the casinos, walking the strip, seeing some shows or a concert, or just enjoying Sin City for whatever reason you're in town. So we'd just like to take a moment of your time to share with you a bit of info about a few hotels in Vegas that you may not have considered. And that's that some of these hotels can be downright nasty. And we're not just talking about a little dust. Think more along the lines of needing a tetanus shot. Well, at least that's what quite a few former guests of some of these hotels had to say. And where did we get this info, you ask? Well, data analysts at Bitcoin Casinos got their hands dirty for us by combing through over 500,000 TripAdvisor reviews. And after assessing which Las Vegas hotels contained the highest percentage of keywords linked to words such as dirty, unclean, filthy, nasty, disgusting, stained, bedbugs, and a few more, they ended up with a list of the top 49 dirtiest hotels and casinos in Sin City based on the percentage of negative cleanliness reviews out of the total reviews on each hotel received. So it's all about the ratio. And hey, if you don't see a hotel that you think should be on this list, it's because many didn't have enough total reviews to make the cut. They needed a solid number of reviews to ensure a fair judgment. But feel free to let us know about them in the comments section. Now, here's the dirt. Starting things off at the number 5 spot is Circus Hotel and Casino with 26% dirty reviews. Our first reviewer, who goes by the name Holiday, paints a picture of a hotel that not only smells like an ashtray, but also looks like it's seen better days. Holiday writes, "Unfortunately, the majority of people that stay at or visit Circus smoke cigarettes, and the place absolutely stinks. Furthermore, it is ancient, run down, and other than the low price and pool and amusement park for kids, I cannot recommend it." And as for guest Julie S., Circus seemed to trigger what appears to be not so great memories of times past. "I'm not sure why people come here," she wrote, "because the place smelled like Grandma Lucy's house who smoked 2 packs of cigarettes a day. It was disgusting." Guest Marilyn B. added, "The room was dirty, lots of dust. We've stayed for 6 days, nobody came to clean, not even changing our towels or giving us toilet paper. The worst hotel I've ever lived in my life. I don't recommend this hotel. Worst ever." While Wendell K's review is one of neglected chores and a popular Mick Jagger gripe. "Very disappointed with the rooms. Rugs were dirty, probably hadn't been cleaned in 10 years, he wrote. "In 5 days, we never had our beds made or the garbage taken out. Phoned housekeeping twice, did not get any satisfaction, only the runaround and excuses. Would not recommend staying there." And visitor Rad S had a bone to pick with all of you that say the hotel doesn't matter because you're just sleeping there. "This is a terrible hotel that is extremely run down and needs massive improvement," he says. "It's hard to ignore the issues and continue enjoying your time in Vegas. I wouldn't even bother going to Vegas if this is your choice of hotel, as it'll really leave a bad experience overall, and this contributes significantly to the value of your entire trip." Lastly, guest Jeremy W. pairs his disgust with a thoughtful money-saving tip for you. "Worst experience in Vegas ever," he states empathically. "Room had crumbs on carpet. Shower head leaked from everywhere and wouldn't stay adjusted. The elevators were a complete disaster area and found out we couldn't even take stairs as they weren't accessible. Do not waste your time or money here. It's a death trap." Up next and ranking as the 4th dirtiest hotel in Sin City with 26.6% dirty reviews is the Flamingo Las Vegas Hotel and Casino. In a review dripping with the kind of exasperation brought on by despair, Captain Hook recounts his roller coaster adventure. He details an absolutely awful stay where operating elevators are the roll of a dice, cleanliness is a lost art, and thin walls provide free, all-night audio entertainment from neighboring rooms. "After the first night, we began to notice the issues," he wrote. "We were kept awake by the paper-thin walls to the room next door. We could hear everything being said, whilst I had a broken night's sleep due to a broken bed spring, which I was worried would injure me every time I moved. The bed sheets were dirty, as was the floor, which left my feet black after walking on it. As for the bathroom, just disgusting. The shower was completely unusable, and it was so filthy with paint peeling off the walls. Absolutely foul. The captain ended his review with, "I'm embarrassed I booked here. When I stayed previously, it was a lovely hotel. Now it's run down and dirty." Mike from Orlando offers a review of his stay on everything from the smoky casino with its vacuum-like slot machines to the overpriced restaurants that might require a small loan to enjoy. He writes, "The hotel is old and in need of renovation to the lobby and casino area. The casino is very smoky and the machines are tight. The location isn't bad, which is why it gets 1 star. At the price point they are at, you can do much better. Consider yourself warned." Up next is a dirty old room review from guest Daydream1, who wrote, "Upon arrival, the bed was made, but with set-in stains of some kind. The room's carpet did not feel cleaned at all, and the restroom, shower, toilet, and sink area was filled with hair from the previous guest. When we first checked in, the front desk asked us if we wanted housekeeping, and we said yes, but it never happened. Even though I paid resort fees, our room was never visited by a housekeeper. On the 3rd day, I called them and they said I had to request housekeeping because it was complimentary. That has never happened before in a hotel stay I've ever been. I told them I didn't need cleanup since we only had 1 more day left, and they typically honored that request." Daydream ended with, "We hope to do better next time we visit Las Vegas." Guest Ashley's trip to Vegas turned out to be a memorable one for all the wrong reasons during her first stay at the Flamingo. From endless check-in lines to a room that could double as a crime scene, this is what she wrote. "This is my 5th time in Vegas and my first stay at the Flamingo. What a disappointment. The room we had was terribly outdated and it was filthy. There were stains on the walls, stains in the bedding, splatters all over the bathroom, and the pull-out mirror was covered in gross debris. We complained and they offered to change us to a new room. The room was equally as disgusting. Stains all over the walls, paint peeling off the door, crack in the ceiling, mold on the roof of the bathroom, and a nipple pasty in the bed. Whoa, we bet that last one caught you by surprise." And for our Flamingo grand finale, we'll leave you with this review from Barry C., who stated, "Hit with $51 a day resort fee in addition to $60 in taxes. $136, 2 nights was actually $320. Wallpaper fading off walls, mold and broken tiles everywhere. This place is now officially a dump. I do not recommend anybody stay here." At number 3, we have the Luxor Hotel and Casino with 26.9% dirty reviews. If you're picturing a stay at the Luxor Las Vegas as a walk through an opulent Egyptian-themed paradise, well, you might want to think again. But let's try something different by starting out with a review that did have something positive to say about Luxor. Well, sort of. They wrote, "Only thing good is, it's conveniently located." Well, like we said, sort of. Now, before we post this next review, we'd like to warn you that if you're eating right now, you might want to stop for a moment because the first 6 words of this next reviewer's post starts off with a bang. Ready? Okay. Guest Nave Shah 2 wrote, "The room had roaches in it, and the paint was peeling in the blue tower, and the silver tower wasn't much better. The rooms were uncomfortable." And as if having the same unwanted guest in their room as Nave Shah wasn't enough, guest J. Cates 2024 also experienced a nasty slip and fall. Literally. They wrote, "I slipped and fell in someone's vomit. Roach in the bathroom." Next up, guest Econo Lodge Pa 583 wrote, "Bed sheets were dirty, has blood stain. Will never stay here again." Well, guest Swa 2024 upped the ante with the promise that even a free stay couldn't lure them back, writing, "They took Pardon Our Dust to a new level." The rooms were very dirty with hair all over the floor, toilet, towels, and shower. The floor has never been vacuumed. Everything was severely dirty and outdated. I wouldn't stay here again if you paid me. And finally, guest Ryan R's post seems to sum it all up. Ryan wrote, "Everything was bad from check-in experience throughout my stay. Too much to list. Luxor doesn't deserve to be in Las Vegas." Ouch. Tell us how you really feel about the Luxor, Ryan R. At number 2 is the Excalibur Hotel and Casino. Dirty score, 27.2%. Imagine the scene. You arrive at the hotel tired from traveling, only to endure a check-in marathon and a ceiling in your room that looks like Lionel Richie had been dancing on it. That's what guest Sprin777 said they encountered. The check-in took almost an hour, they wrote. And then I had to go back up and down 20-plus floors and wait in line again after my room was dirty and had a hole in the ceiling. And this guest started their review by pulling no punches, writing, "The room needs an upgrade. Bathroom tile was popping out, curtains wouldn't block the sunlight, comforter was dirty with visible food stains, the list goes on." While another seemed to know exactly what they were getting themselves into when they booked their stay. "For the money, you get what you expect," they wrote. Before commencing on the type of guests that stayed here, definitely noticeable difference in decorations, surroundings, and clientele when you go to another hotel resort. Well, okay then. But we think it's safe to say that guest June 15 was expecting just a little bit more than what she got for her money, writing, "The room smelt like musk, something like pest poison and Chinese food. I noticed some sort of round packets wedged in the air vent. Pest repellent? Not sure. The wallpaper is stained and old, outdated furniture that is worn, and then there are the bathrooms. The shower is very 90s and leaks so the floor gets sopping wet when used. The rim of the shower had mold all around it. I guess if you don't mind that, then you have an affordable option right on the strip." And finally, Che Michelle 21 of Greensboro, North Carolina wrote, "The hotel room was nasty and stunk. Moved to a different room that still had a very bad smell. Rooms were dark and depressing. Whole hotel floors that had a bad smell in the hallway. Not sure what's creating that, but it's bad, and there were a lot of complaints about it." And landing at number 1 for the dirtiest hotel and casino in Las Vegas is the Oyo Hotel and Casino with 28% dirty reviews. With a whopping 28% of Oyo's reviews brimming with complaints about filth, you'd think these posts were from a budget horror film, not real life. Our first guest, who goes by Dee's D, sets the scene of their grotesque introduction to Oyo. The elevator to my tower was not working, so I had to take the linen elevator, which was horrific because when I got off the elevator to my floor, there were a number of mattresses stacked up in the hallway, dirty linen carts everywhere, and a horrible smell of vomit where the ice machine should have been, but was missing. But D's misfortunes didn't end in the creepy corridor. He added, "The hotel has not been updated since it was built. It still has old 2-head faucets. The tub in the new room filled up with water as you took a shower and did not drain at all. There were drain stains all over the tub. Ouch, Oyo's #1 ranking is definitely starting to become clearer. Dees ended the review with this not-so-subtle message. I would never stay here again, and am advising all my friends and family to never think about the Oyo Hotel and Casino as a place to stay because it is a horrible hotel. And if faulty elevators and drain stains weren't enough, alleged deceitful website pictures added another layer of intrigue. R. Brown 2226 expressed their frustration bluntly, writing, "Bait pictures. I can keep the review short. Do not stay here. The pictures are very misleading." He went on to say, "When I asked about the room's condition, the front desk agreed with me, then informed me all the rooms look like mine." And guest trip 292806 recounts, "The room wasn't clean. Hair was on the bathroom floor, the shower, toilet, and the entire bathroom was disgusting. The air conditioner makes huge disturbing sounds and disperses dirty air. The hallways reek of sickening carpet fresh smell. The tales of the hotel's age and neglect pile up, with another guest terming it prehistoric, writing, "Room's furnitures are of the 70s. Terrible smell of vomit in the corridors, 3 elevators available, but none of those were working. Do not book. Terrible experience." Now hold on to your seats for our last guest review, because this one is a real stinger. "The most horrible experience I've ever had in Las Vegas in my life of 42 years, they wrote. Would never recommend it to anyone." Well, that's it. Be sure to fill up the comment section with your thoughts on this video, folks. We'll see you next time.